Hello, Zimbabwe. My name is Chelsea Mawumbe, and I am a performing and teaching artist. I wrote the two plays, A State of Affairs and Informal Conversations. These plays were part of a project that we as the Repertory Players Society ran as a grantee of the UN Women. The project was addressing the violence against women in electoral processes, and the plays focused on the psychosocial issues that the women faced during electoral processes, be it as a politician or as a civilian. I hope you enjoy.
I've always had this dream. No, that sounds like a Martin Luther King wannabe. I've always had this dream since I was a little girl to one day give back to the community that raised me. When I was about 6 years old, my mother died and my father became a rolling stone. So I went to live with my loving Ambuya in Bari. My Ambuya, bless her, had this little yellow Mini Cooper, just like Mr. Bean's on television. So of course we called it the Mr. Bean. Every Sunday afternoon after church, my Ambuya would load my brother and I into the back of Mr. Bean, and we would drive around Harare until after sunset. We would guide her using a paper map and discovering new neighborhoods and getting lost along the way. She would always point out these houses that were being built in the neighborhoods of Highlands and Borrowdale. And she'd also always show us where she and her mother had worked as maids way back when. The fancy houses with their giant walls and sliding gates excited my brother. But for me, it was something else. See, there was something different about driving around Highlands at night that we didn't have in Bari, and it perplexed me so. See, driving around the suburbs, the roads would be filled with light even after the sun had taken its final bow. Tall poles with bright yellow light bulbs stood a few meters apart along Churchill Avenue, filling the road with so much light that you could see with your headlights turned off. We had similar poles in my neighborhood, but I'd never seen them glow like the ones in Churchill. Our poles were used to tie up robbers and beat them to a pulp, so I guess they were functional too. Go, I asked my Ambuya one day. How come we don't have the lights that they have here in our neighborhood? She looked at me and smiled and said, well, there's not enough money in the country to provide for us all, but maybe when you are working, you can give us those lights. Yes, Gogo, I said. One day, when I am president, I'm going to make sure that every road has lights on it. She smiled and kept humming away. See, growing up, I thought you had to be a president to bring about those sorts of changes, that you had to be in a position of power to do something like that. So I studied hard. I studied law, I studied political science, I studied trying to become Madame President so I could give Gogo the lights I promised her. While in college in the United Kingdom, I learned that I could actually bring progress to my community without having to take up residence at the State House, that I could serve my people and keep my beloved Avondale apartment. So after graduation, I worked a little bit to boost my savings. Then I came home. I worked in the public offices for about 3 years, shadowing the people that I hoped to work alongside one day. I was in the newsrooms. I worked at radio stations. I attended breakfast meetings with the heads of city council departments, trying to learn new ways to provide better services for my community. It was at one of these meetings that I met Tongai. He was a funny, kind, driven young entrepreneur, and I fell in love. Tongai's story was not like mine. He had grown up in the leafy suburb of Bardale, but he sure as hell understood what it meant to give back to the community. Ubuntu. We fell in love. We fell hard.
Will you marry me?
Yes. Yes. Of course I said yes. He was the man of my dreams. He shared my dreams. He knew how to calm me down. So Tongai and I get married and we move in together. And we're happy. Tongai flips houses for a living, and soon enough he finds this quaint little house along Churchill that I fall in love with. We buy it and we move in. The street lights still shining at sunset remind me that I have a dream to fulfill. So I talk to my friend Sue, who works in the president's office, and she tells me that I have to run for a member of parliament seat, that I have to be in the room where the decisions are made to make the greatest impact. So I decide to run. But before I throw in my hat, I have to talk to Tongai first. Little did I know that he would be my biggest stumbling block.
Listen, I'm one hell of a lucky guy. My wife is the most kind, dedicated, driven woman I've ever met in my life. She has a big heart. She's that takes the shirt off her back just to keep you from freezing kind of girl, you know? My wife Chennai, she had a dream. A dream that I thought was to help the people, you know, through small things like collecting for the poor, visiting children's homes, being a church member, that sort of thing. The dream was big. Too big. So big that it had the ability to overshadow all of the work that I had put in personally to become a recognized member of this community, a recognized individual in this country. I mean, what kind of man would I be if I had an MP as a wife? How would the community view me if I'm forever in the shadow of a woman who I'm supposed to lead? No, Chennai, that's not gonna work.
But why, Tongai? It's what I've wanted to do. I've been working towards this all my life.
Yes, Chennai, but you're a married woman now. These positions, politics, they're not made for women. Baby, they are corrupt and dirty. They're not for you.
So I decide to go behind his back and run for the member of parliament seat for Mbare so I can get under those lights. The man I fell in love with, the supportive, driven husband who wanted to support my dreams, had become someone else. I tried to talk to him about it, but all I got was the cold shoulder. The marital bed became cold. Meals tasted bitter. The campaign trail wasn't easy either. It meant long nights with my team and meeting influential people to make this thing a success. However, I had to press on. I had to persevere to make this dream come true. Oh, you would not believe the day I had today. I am a step closer to throwing in my hat for the Minister of Energy post, but those boys, Tom and Taurai, have now resorted to completely ignoring any of my contributions. You would think I was invisible to them all. I just don't know how to make them see things from my side. Happy anniversary, baby.
Anniversary of what, Chennai? My emasculation. Stripping me of my masculinity in front of the whole country again.
Tongai, not this again.
You know what? I need some space. I'm going out.
Where are you going? Have you had dinner? Did Saru cook?
Chennai, you have the audacity to ask me if Saru made dinner when it's supposed to be you making dinner. Yes, Saru made dinner, Chennai, and I ate it.
Tongai.
And by the way, it was delicious.
Tongai, wait!
But Chennai,
I know.
girl, there's got to be a way you can balance the two.
That's why I'm here. I need your help.
Well, the way I handle it is by making sure that my job doesn't overlap with my home life.
How? You know our line of work. How did you manage it?
I keep my work hours low, and when it comes time to clock out, I don't bring work home with me.
Okay. Oh. After the Big Falls trip in 2 weeks, I'll take some time off and then we'll go on holiday together.
Maybe. But I really think you should cancel your Big Falls trip.
Sue, I can't. These sponsors are big fish. I need them for the soda project.
I know that, friend, but men are not ready for successful and powerful women. And we've just got to let them get used to it, just little by little.
Sue, no offense, but it's the 21st century, and Tongai knows who he married in the first place.
Maybe. But from what you've been telling me, it sounds like he might be questioning his choice. Just ease him into it, yeah?
But those are this is what I'm saying, bro. She's forgetting small details like your anniversary. Huh? I mean, she would never forget a meeting at the townhouse. She'd never be late for a plane to go meet Mama Donna's who Vic Falls. That's where she puts her value. She doesn't respect you.
No, man, I know. And I agree with you.
Right.
It's so frustrating. Bro, I told her, right? And she went and she did it anyway. Do you remember growing up, huh? It was Baba's way or the belts.
Exactly.
And Mama understood that.
Exactly. And that's how it is at my house. These women, they need to understand from the get-go who the head of the household is.
Yeah.
You were too soft in the beginning, and now it's coming back to bite you. Appa, you know pressure is building up Kumushoko. You know how Seguru's health is failing?
It's frustrating, man.
Yeah. Actually, my findings, aren't it? When it starts to really frustrate you, you do something about it. Have you thought about what will happen if she actually becomes minister? Huh? All these businessmen things of yours, they'll end. In fact, you will no longer be known as Tongai Hamadziribi. You will be the minister's husband, Mr. Chennai Hamadziribi.
Pana, don't push it. Don't push it.
I'm sorry.
Look, she wants me to support her.
Yeah, support her. Support her like those fat cats with cash. Fund her. And don't think for 1 second that she doesn't pay them back. And she pays them back in ways that your business mind couldn't even imagine. Huh? I mean, your wife. Breakfast meeting with Jemason, my sponsor. I'm going for a golf meeting with the sponsors. I'm going to Vic Falls with the sponsors. Tell me, when has she ever taken you to Vic Falls? Huh? I can't go in there anyway for holiday. Okay, serious question. All this time she's spending with these sponsors, when does she ever spend time with you? Are you doing what needs to be done in the bedroom?
Taka.
I'm sorry. Okay. Inini. Alright. Chido, you know? She knows that she is a stay-at-home wife. She knows her first responsibility is her husband's happiness. She looks after me. She looks after my home. She is minister of my house. If I don't tell you these things, who knows banana? Who's going to tell you? Huh? You spent too much time in those Western countries at university. Now you have these Western tendencies. It's getting you into trouble. And don't think, when these people come to collect their money, they're already rich. Tongai. They collect in kind. These are not saints. Mother Teresa. They're doing things to your wife, Tongai.
Taga, I need you to stop. Okay?
Okay, bro. Would you like a beer? Yeah.
After my chat with Sue, I thought long and hard about how to approach this. I wanted my career to flourish, but I also wanted to keep my home intact. I really hoped he would understand this. So I arranged a special surprise for Tongai and myself. Something to make up for forgetting our anniversary and being away for so much time. But things did not turn out the way I'd hoped. This is what I came home to. Edare, a court of sorts, summoned by my husband. He had called his family, but no one was there to represent me. I was alone. Oh, Tete Muripano, Tete, you're here. Kwakanaga, is everything okay?
You don't greet your elders anymore.
Sorry, Tete. Magadi, how are you, Tete? Magadi, my name is Shido. How are you?
I see we are not allowed to come and visit you.
No.
Gee.
That's not what I meant. Magadi, my name is Magadi.
Well, since you are here, you can go and make us a cup of tea.
Oh, okay. Let me call Saru. Saru?
Huh? You want to call the house help to make us a cup of tea? Is that not the reason why we paid Lobola for it? What was the point of paying Lobola when you cannot make a simple cup of tea? Huh?
Sorry, Tete. Let me get out of my work.
Wait, your job isn't something special. Do you hear me? Is that why you look down upon Tongai? Madam Counselor, woman of the people.
Tongai, what is going on?
Yes, Murora. Sit down. Can I pass my name? The reason why we are here, if it's still not clear, is you have become too big for your own shoes in this house.
Too big?
Yes. Tongai feels that you're neglecting him, neglecting this home. Now the only home-cooked meal he's getting is from the maid.
Tongai feel... Sisi Saru helps us around the house. That's why we hired her.
Looking for votes. You see, if my husband were to ask me for children, I would say, how many? Not saying, wait, like you do. The only reason that we don't have a second child is because Babashinga Bachashande, he's no longer working and we depend on my peace jobs. But if it wasn't for that, I would have given him all the children he would have wanted. My dear, you have everything. The money, the house. Hey, but you don't even spend time in your home. Don't be like this, my sister-in-law. Vintage. The force that should matter from your house, from your own husband. Yes. Huh? Now, am I going to have to beg my ancestors for that cup of tea?
Oh. Sorry, Tete. Let me go. Excuse me.
Chido, wait, help him. Help him make it the right way.
All right.
Tongai. Mzukuru, we need to be serious about this issue. 6 years in your marriage and still no child. Is she barren?
Rora, when you wants to wait.
Wait for what, Tongi? For Jesus to come.
Waiting to become the Minister of Energy.
That is the problem. You are too weak, Tongai. You are the man of the house. You cannot carry an empty title, Tongai. The whole village is talking about how the only grandson of the chief does not have a child. A son, at least, Tongai. Because your wife wants to rule. Huh?
Today, I don't know.
Your wife is all over social media, man. My next door neighbor, my good, sent me messages. Screenshots of your wife. Look at it. Disgusting stuff. Now I can't even go to church. People are asking me what is going on.
Today, that's why I called you here. I need you to help me.
This arrangement of yours needs to stop, Tongai. You need to man up. We are tired of you stepping up. You need to step up. Lead your household like a man, Tongi. You and that girl need to start making a family today, now. Chido, let's go. Fix this messy way. If this isn't fixed, I'll be back.
And that's... Tongai, what is going on?
You know what's going on, Chennai. Don't feign ignorance.
She came here to remind you that you need to start a family? Why are they so invested in our marriage? No one is forcing Taka to keep trying for a son. None of your cousins are under any pressure to get married. So why is everyone so focused on our marriage and trying to force us to be part of something we're not ready to?
Because I'm the oldest, Chennai.
Calm down.
You don't understand. I've got responsibilities, Chennai. There's a lot of truth in what Tete is saying.
And what truth is that?
Chennai, we've been married for 6 years. I want kids. I want a family.
I'm your family.
Really? And this?
What?
Right. MP aspirant Chennai Hamadziripi caught everyone's eye wearing a short black skirt in today's council meeting. What kind of husband allows his wife to go out in public dressed like that? A weak one. LOL. Well, we all know the rest of her skirt went into making another skirt for her husband. The only way to get people on her side is for her to show her thighs. You know what they say. Thick thighs save lives. Chennai. Hold on. This is a good one. Hashtag, the townhouse is now a whorehouse.
Guys, stop.
Tete's right, Chennai. You need to start pulling your weight. Okay?
Wait, where are you going? We had plans.
Yeah, not anymore.
But Tongai, I've tried to explain this to you. I want kids. I want a family. But I made this commitment, which unfortunately comes with those tweets and horrible comments on social media. And Tongai, the fact that you spoke to external people about this before me worries me.
Chennai, when was I going to speak to you, huh? When? Between your late nights at the office, your constant meetings, and you helping your community in need. Tell me, when were we going to talk about this, huh? You know, you're so quick to go on about your community in need. And Chennai, you don't even realize that your own home is cracking. Tell me, Chennai, in your visions of grandeur, when are we going to have a child?
Tongai, this isn't time for that.
MP aspirant Chennai Hamadziripi says she wants to take care of all of the issues in her community to make sure that the children in these vulnerable homes are well looked after. She wants to be the mother that they never had. How can MP candidate Chennai talk about motherhood when she doesn't even have a child of her own? Take care of your own household first, ma'am. before you can help those outside your home. I've given you everything, Chennai. All the support I could possibly give you. And what have I gotten in return for it, huh? An empty house, takeout for dinner every second night, and a cold bed, which I find perplexing, Chennai, because you used to enjoy being my wife. You used to enjoy pleasing me. You know, we all hear about ambitious women like you, Chennai. And I never wanted to think this about you. But I'm starting to wonder. These women who will throw their honor aside in order to get the highest positions. Tell me, Chennai, how did you get your name in the hat for parliament, huh? Whose bed have you been warming while I've... Sure as hell isn't mine. The truth hurts, doesn't it? It's been over 2 weeks, and Chennai hasn't come home.
This trip is the best decision I've made in months.
You know, her actions are messing up every single business opportunity that's coming my way.
The sponsors love my idea. They're starting to see my vision at last.
My brother, Taka, he says it's over. That I should move on, divorce her, and find another wife.
There's a new sponsor in Lusaka who's promising to make my sustainable energy dream come true.
The pressure is mounting. I'm hesitant at first, but it makes sense. I should call her and talk to her about this.
I need to extend my stay, so I have to tell Tongai that I won't be home soon.
I wasn't awake, so I missed the call. The family meeting about the divorce wasn't pleasant. People commented on my manhood. They talked about how my leadership is astray. They went on to talk about how Chennai has been unfaithful in order to get to the top. The priest who married us was there too. He spoke about the sanctity of the home and how as the man, I'm supposed to lead the home. I'm supposed to be the priest of the home, if you will. The issue of children came up. And my tete, well, she had already found me a potential second wife. Look, I think this is the right thing to do. For my clan. For my name.
Lusaka was a hit. They loved me. They loved my idea. They are promising to invest 100% into making this thing come together. They even found me another project to run in Zambia. But then, when I go to pitch my idea to the mayor and the councillors, I'm dismissed. I'm told that I'm only there to make up the numbers of the women representatives, that it's an honorary role, that I should stick to looking pretty and giving them eye candy in my short skirts. They all laugh, and my fellow women stay silent.
I feel so alive.
Sincere condolences about Seku. Oh, what happened? What happened to him?
Seku died a peaceful death. How was your trip?
It was good, thank you, Tete. In fact, it was so good. I managed to get funding for my campaign, for my election campaign. Yes.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Tete.
It seems good fortunes are on your side.
It seems that way, yes. Hi.
Hi.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Tongai. I'm sorry I wasn't here. I'm sorry everything happened the way it did. I'm so sorry.
These things happen, Chennai. I appreciate it. It was God's will.
Yeah, but she should have been here.
Yeah, Gules, you should have been there.
Bashingi, how is Amaishingi?
She's fine. She sends her greetings.
Thank you. Oh, Babasi, where is she?
No, the rains are coming soon. She's preparing the fields, which is her duty and her job. This meeting here is for men only. Tete, of course, is here representing our father.
Of course. Okay. If you will excuse me, since women aren't welcome to this meeting.
No, Mrora. Actually, this meeting is for you. It concerns you.
Inini.
Yes, sit down, Mary. Aurora, let me not beat about the bush. It seems your actions outside this home have caused issues inside. Politics, what is your...
Yeah, Mufunge, every time I step into the bar now, I'm reminded that my brother has married a prostitute for the top chef.
What? Shut up, Chennai. This is not the parliament where you get to speak your mind. Here you listen and take instructions.
Right. What we have decided, my guru, is we have given Tongai the go-ahead to take a second wife.
What?
Sekuru is now late, and Tongai is the head of the family. In fact, he is in line to become chief. It is now up to you whether you're going to stay with Tongai and the second wife and be in a polygamous marriage, or simply you can get divorced.
Tongai, did you plan all this? Did you agree to this?
Chennai, them being here already shows my intent. This is happening. I'm getting a second wife. Whether you want to stay or go is up to you. Alternatively, Chennai, if you don't want this to happen, step down. Let me run in your place. You step down, I shall run for parliament, and you will be there by my side as my wife. You can help me with the decisions that we make, and we can enter the political arena together.
Tongai,
These are your options, Chennai.
Yeah, this is like a game of chess. Checkmate!
What do you say, Nemrod?
Tongai, don't you love me anymore?
I love you. Love.
Chennai, I love you, okay? But you don't understand. I have a duty to my clan, to my people. There are things about that you just don't seem to get, as much as I have tried to explain them to you. Look, Chennai, you don't want kids. I do, okay? And I'm not getting any younger, all right? I respect that about you, it's fine. But this way, I take on a second wife. I can fulfill my obligation to my family and have children. You can focus on the things that matter to you.
Tongai, please. Please,
Chennai, I have tried and tried to get you to focus on us, but you refuse.
Tongai, just stop.
No,
Just stop and
no, Chennai,
think
it is
about what
too
you're
late.
saying.
It's too late. The time to talk about this is over, Chennai. When I tried to phone you, you didn't pick up. You have belittled me as a man at every single step, and I'm tired of it. I'm doing what I have to do. I will not be known in the community as Mr. Chennai Hamatsiripi. No. I will be Mr. Tongai Hamatsiripi and his wife. as it is supposed to be. I want commitment. I want companionship. I want loyalty. All these things that you promised me way back when we got married. Any man in my position would do the same thing.
Okay. Give me half an hour to pack my bags.
So you would rather divorce me than take up my offer? Is that how badly you want to dominate me, Chennai? Yeah. What will your beloved community say when they hear about this? Good luck winning.
I would rather divorce you than stay for this. I don't need you to win. I've been winning on my own. Manswa.
Yes, fine. You've been winning, Chennai, here and there. But what are your beloved people going to say, Chennai, when they realize that you couldn't even keep a home of two together? Two people, Chennai. And you think that these people are going to trust you with the whole country? Just stay, Chennai. Accept my offer. We stay married. I run in your place. I take a second wife. Everybody wins, Chennai.
Oh, well. If there are no more items on your agenda, Mr. Minister. Chaka, didn't say Babas?
Yes.
Don't say who are going to
I am a man. I'm a very reasonable, liberated African man. She didn't understand that. She didn't understand that I had a duty to fulfill. To my people, to my family, to my name. I didn't get it at first either. But when push came to shove, I stepped up and I did what I had to do. Every time she needed support, I was always there for her. I supported her. I supported her dream. Who was supporting me, Chennai, huh? Who was supporting me? What about my dream? I was your husband. Your first priority. You are my rib. You were supposed to love me. You were supposed to serve me, to worship me. Chennai failed me, not the other way around.
Of course, word got out. It always does. The rumor mongers had a field day with me. They said my marriage ended because I was sleeping with sponsors. Some called me barren. Others said I bewitched my way to the top. So, when the elections came, I lost. I lost, but I can't give up. We have to fight to make a difference. We have to fight for the rightful place for women in society, so that women in leadership can be viewed as the leaders they are. That a woman at the top is not automatically assumed to have gotten there through her body. That a woman can focus on her career. We have to do this in honor of Mbuyanihanda and female liberation heroes, for female members of parliament and local government, councillors, cabinet ministers, ambassadors, all women in leadership. And to you, young woman, I say, go out there and find like-minded people. Join hands with women and allied men and start changing societal opinion. See, what I experienced was emotional abuse as a woman in the electoral process. And any form of violence against women is a human rights violation. And it must be addressed.
Sorry. Sorry, my lady. Just finished voting. The queue was long. You've never seen such.
You mean to tell me you took this long in a queue just to vote?
Yes. As you aren't voting, and
Not this time. I have issues with my documents.
wow, what issues now, and
I don't have my ID. I don't even remember the last time I had my birth certificate. You know this issue of moving houses every 6 months. You need help losing vital documents.
it doesn't take more than a day to get your ID replaced at Makombe.
And who man my store? Where am I away?
Just half a day, auntie. That won't affect your business that much. Plus, at the same time, you can even apply for a passport and do the cross-border trading, selling things. Those things you're talking about.
I don't know, sir. I'll see what I'll see what to do.
Sure.
It just, I just feel like I want to leave this place. It seems everyone I know is going to pursue this message stuff.
Everyone is becoming an S8. But I worry, auntie. If people keep leaving, who's going to help the country grow? Because we keep on losing manpower and votes every time people migrate to other countries.
Sir, how will I make my country grow by selling maputi and tomatoes? Huh? It seems everyone who's going there is seeking greener pastures. I want to take care of Melissa and her siblings, and I can't do that by selling this Doresh.
I completely hear you, my lady. All I was just saying was that the country's growth is dependent on citizens being here and exercising their rights, plus helping in their respective fields.
Your young enthusiasm is refreshing. Let me finish your hair before it starts getting busy.
So, have you had any customers yet?
No, I just opened them.
Okay, but don't worry. With the number of people that I saw at the polling station there, you have business in no time.
Yes. I sent my nephew to get me a crate of drinks.
Okay.
I'm sure he should be here. I have a feeling people are going to start asking for drinks.
Yeah, they are in this weather.
Auntie.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, getting this out of the shop was not easy, Auntie.
Temba, don't tell me you took those crates without paying. That crate without paying, Mr. Patel.
No, I didn't. Well, not today at least.
Temba.
I'm joking, Auntie. I'm sorry. Hi, Saru. How are you? I see you're getting your hair done here.
Yes.
I thought you'd be out voting, actually.
Oh yes, I did. I actually did.
Serious?
Yes, I was here early. Did you vote?
I was actually kidding with my question. I mean, why would you vote?
Temba.
What? I'm just asking why she did. I mean, Sisi, who did you vote for?
My vote is my secret.
Ah, you are one of those. You know what that means is you voted the wrong way. Women, women, women. Why do you like making decisions on things that don't involve you?
Temba, I do not owe you an explanation of my voting choices because it is my constitutional rights. And by the look of your fingers, since you're not exercising yours, you have no right trying to understand or undermine mine.
Hey, Sisi, I'm not fighting you. I'm just saying you are still young. Probably this is your first time voting, isn't it?
Even if it's my first time, what does that mean?
How do you know who to vote for? Huh? How do you know what you want? These are harmonized elections and votes can swing anyway. So who we have to represent us in the ward is so important because that is who is looking out for us at the grassroots. Now tell me, have you ever attended a ward meeting or met any of the people on that voter lineup? No, you're still at school, getting your head down with your father's money. You haven't worked a single day in your life, haven't had to pay rent or sleep hungry because you had to send money back home to your parents. Surely, how can you know who to vote for?
Temba, it is my right, okay? I may not have your struggles and still rely on my father, but it is my right, and I don't make it blindly.
Don't you?
No. Oh, I did my research. I've never physically attended a neighborhood meeting, but I am part of the WhatsApp group. I keep up to date with the issues everyone is facing. I share my opinion. I too sign petitions to our councillors. Okay, I may not have your age, but I am focused on developing my community and country. And I'm fighting hard to ensure that I play my part in this.
What do you know about developing the country? You have A levels to your name, probably studying a silly degree like theatre and performance while you wait for some rich man's son to come marry you.
Temba, you were raised better than this. Huh? Were you not raised by women? When your father up and left for South Africa, do you not have mothers and sisters? Huh? If I put airtime in my phone right now and call your mother, she will rip you apart.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
Ah,
I was just saying to Saru.
When you have offended Sarzai, you have offended me. Is she not a woman like your mother and your sister, Temba? Huh?
She is a no auntie.
Don't take that tone again.
I'm sorry, my baby.
No, Temba.
I'm sorry, Saru. I didn't mean to offend you. I
Temba,
just
please
thought.
don't try to mansplain anything.
Hey! Noise!
Mascara say.
Square, oh, my minute.
Hi, Baba Ruth, how are you?
Sir,
Yes.
I'm fine. You're the one making noise. I see you stuck your nose in other people's business again.
Ma?
Your finger. You voted.
Yes, I did vote. Did you?
Yes, young girl, I voted. Because it is my right. But what does a child like you want to go voting for? Eh?
To also exercise my constitutional rights.
What does a young girl like you know about rights? Eh? You probably go vote for my handsome, not someone who actually do the work.
Baba Ruth, that's not true and sexist.
Sexist.
Eh.
What do you know about sexism? Eh? You have not lived long enough to have the maturity to vote wise. In fact, you should be home making breakfast for your father. So that when he comes back from voting, there's a hot meal waiting for him.
With all due respect, Baba Ruth, my own father voted with me this morning and he has already gone home to make himself breakfast like a grown-up should. Are you trying to tell me that my Ruth is at home not voting to make food for you?
Well, what do you think that I've come here for? Eh? I've come to get my domas, tomatoes, which you can make my favorite soup. I have already stood up for my family at the voting booth.
Stood up for your family? Yeah. Standing up for your family would be allowing my Ruth to vote so that two of you can both add value to your community. And then you can go home and make your breakfast.
Well, my I don't know. How do you expect a pregnant woman to stand in a queue for hours?
Baba Ruth, last month CSOs came and told us that pregnant women and new mothers have priority in long queues. So if she goes now, she can even go ahead of the queue and vote.
And while she's doing that, who's going to make my breakfast? Huh? These my councillors, they'll be home having food with their families, and I must starve because my wife is voting. I have voted, and it is enough representation. In fact, if I have voted, then my whole family has voted. My melis, my tomatoes, please, madam sound. Otherwise, then I will make them burn. Basera nas mutora kokora.
But you already took my food.
Iwe. Musoje kam scanner. Kari root.
My man, I cannot believe this man. He is so patriarchal. You would think with how politically affiliated he is, he would allow my Ruth to vote so that she can vote for his party.
Anyway, men like Baba Ruth don't like to feel undermined. He cannot go into the booth with my Ruth. So how can he guarantee that she will put an X where he wants?
She's like a woman.
You know, this time, I heard the last time's elections, that Baba Ruth almost beat her to a pulp.
Why?
His wife, man, because she had voted for someone that he didn't like. Unfortunately, she thought he had gone out of town. When he got back, he saw that ink on the finger. It had not washed off. And he asked her, who did you vote for? When she told him the name of the person that he didn't like.
So what did the police say?
Police?
Eh,
What police?
the ones that she spoke to her when she reported the case.
Sorry. Where would she go around telling people her family affairs?
Because it is abuse. He physically abused her. The police has a victim-friendly unit that is specifically trained for this type of situations.
Call it what you may, my dear. But I know that when you're in a marriage, there are things that you can discuss and things that you shouldn't.
But abuse is abuse, my man. It should not be kept under. She can tell someone. That man is a dangerous man. I tell you.
What if the police don't believe it? I mean, who was there to witness? And when you got to
She will give you support, will she not?
yeah.
I mean, surely the neighbors must have heard the noise when it happened. And you said she could not walk for days, meaning you must have seen her. Why didn't you help her, Name?
Because if I stuck my nose in other people's business, my husband would have beaten me up too. Besides, it only happened just once. Why fix what's not broken?
You know, this is violence against a woman and the electoral rights. You know, she can be protected. She can still get help. You know, it was her right to vote today. And there are these service providers who can assist and teach you about your rights. They can even teach you too, my name.
I just went to school a long time ago, my dear. Besides, if Ruth wants help, she will ask for it.
No, maybe I should pay her.
Don't you dare. If you know what's good for you, if Ruth found out what your little ideas of that woman,
Something has to be done. I mean, you know, my Ruth is not the only one experiencing this type of violence. You know, in that political science class that I take, we've been learning about Minister Chenai Mazuzu.
Who?
You know, Minister Chenai Mazuzu used to be Minister Hamadziri.
You mean that one who lost her job and her marriage because she was cheating with her colleagues and the sponsors, that one?
No. Well, yes, but she wasn't cheating. My maid. And the fact that is what you remember about your story is disheartening.
Anyway, people will remember what they want to remember. Unfortunately, that woman is damaged goods.
Even after all these years that she has fought to clear her name and got elected again in good standing, why not know her for the good that she's doing now?
I acknowledge what she has done.
Yeah.
I mean, she fixed our street lights.
Yeah.
But still, damaged goods here.
My Melissa. You of all cannot say that. Miss Chennai is an example of a woman who is fighting for her rights. And we should follow her lead. You know, she was beaten down by a family, like my roots. She was attacked by her peers, by the community in real life and online. She lost everything. But she got back on her feet again and fought for a place in society. It took her years, but she got there eventually. You know what? Maybe I should call her to come speak to the women in the community about their rights to vote and how to get help if the poor in their lives don't allow them to.
How can you convince all those women to come and sit and listen to it? Huh? Besides, even if they did come, they might not even follow through.
They don't have to follow through. The first step is to hear the information out and get the knowledge. That's half the better one. I should do that. That's a good idea.
Auntie, I'm back. Saru, I'm sorry about earlier. I shouldn't have said the things I said to you. I was taking my frustrations out on you.
What frustrations?
I could not vote today because I do not have a registered address in Harare. And when I relocated here, I didn't re-register at a different polling station. I'm always busy at the tuck shop, and I never thought I was going to be in this city up to this point. So
That's a tough one.
I felt I was letting my people down and got annoyed that you managed to do what I could not do.
I'm so sorry, James.
Yeah, so am I. But it has happened, eh? And it is well. I have a different way of casting my vote, I guess.
How? What do you mean?
Well, I was eavesdropping to your conversation just now. And I want to know more about how I can help women fairly exercise their right to vote. My first step is to stay here at Musika so my Melly can go and get her ID at my home.
Sure.
Yeah, of course. Well,
Thank you.
it won't make a difference now, but it will ensure that you can still sell your wares and have no excuses of not getting your passport monthly.
That's so nice of you, James.
Good afternoon.
Yes, afternoon.
How may I help you?
May I please have a cool drink?
$1 for one,
Ah.
but if you don't have an empty, it's $1.50.
Oh. $1. Can I just drink it on the side over here? I'm so thirsty.
No, it's all right.
Thank you.
Busy day,
Oh yes, oh yes.
eh? Did you go and vote?
Yes, I did. But in my community, I'm just here to make sure nobody is facing any disturbances or challenges.
Oh. Are you an election observer?
Oh, no. My name is Sam Sibanda. I'm with the Zimbabwean Gender Commission Office.
And Mr. Spanda, why is Zimbabwe Gender Commission interested in the voters in our community?
Well, to observe and to ensure gender equality. You see, I want to make sure that the women in your community are having as smooth a voting process as the male counterparts.
The men don't have a smooth process.
Oh, they have it way smoother than the women, my friend.
How so?
Well, for starters, at the primary school where people are voting today, I noticed that they have ablutions.
Yeah, for both men and women, right?
Yes. But the women's ablutions didn't have sanitary bins.
Mr. Spanda, I'm confused. Do you mean to tell me you have been entering the women's toilet?
Well, my friend, I was told that there's no toilet paper or even running water.
Yeah, but if us men can manage without water, can't they?
You see, that's actually the least of my concerns. You see, since I've been here, less than a third of the people who have shown up to vote are women. And I am wondering why they aren't coming out in their masses.
Because their husbands beat them for it.
But you didn't see any white people? I didn't see you complaining?
Well, I would have been surprised to see many in this neck of the woods, to be honest.
But you should be worried because my sister works Kumaya Dugo. She's a maid right up there. And she was telling me her bosses were going to bribe with their families and friends. And they are not going to vote.
truthfully, I cannot speak much on that. But yes, you are right. White voter registration is at an all-time low in the country. Perhaps some of my peers will be able to conduct a similar exercise to me and get to the bottom of their concerns in time for the next harmonized election. But as for my job today, I want to know why you are not voting.
It's complicated.
It's not. Hi, I'm Sarah. And the reasons, let's take a walk. And the reasons women in my neighborhood are not voting are as follows. Firstly, it turns out their husbands won't allow them. And if they do, they want to control their votes. Secondly, others like my male over here, they have no documentation to register with. And they feel like their votes won't count because of how women in politics are treated in this community. Lastly, some women stay being harassed by the toy boys. And if it's not that, it's constantly being accused of selling their bodies for political gain.
You look like you have been doing the research that we need, son. You know, we could use somebody like you on our team.
Oh, and what exactly do you do in your team? Because I have had it up to here with men controlling my voice and no one coming to our aid.
I am so glad you asked, son. You see, I work for the Zimbabwe Gender Commission, which is one of 5 independent, constitutionally established commissions, also known as the Chapter 12 Commission. You see, us, along with the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission, as well as the National Peace and Reconciliation Commission, are in charge of gathering information about the election and to what extent they are respecting human rights, gender equality, and of course, peace. You see, we have people such as myself out gathering information, and we also have reporting channels. Of course, for immediate relief, one can go to the police, but for gender-based violence, there is the victim-friendly unit in particular. There are also a number of civil society organizations providing services, such as the Musasa Project, as well as the Counseling Services Unit, among many, many others.
Oh, wow, I see.
Yes, this is all part of our fight against VAWE.
Wow.
VAWE. That's violence against women in the electoral process.
Mr. Spanda, no one has been violent here today.
Not physically violent, my friend, but violence is more than just physical violence. You see, like Saru said, men not allowing their wives to go and vote, that is a form of violence.
So you mean to tell me, if someone were to tell a young lady of legal age that they are not allowed to vote because they lack maturity, would that be considered some form of violence?
Absolutely. In fact, that is known as a way of undermining one's decision making, which can lead to somebody voting under duress or not voting at all. In such cases, one can approach the ZGC or the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission or the victim-friendly unit. All 3 have similar complaints mechanisms where anybody can walk in and explain any abuse of their rights.
So Mr. Swanda, you are saying that violence is in any form as long as it makes the woman uncomfortable.
VAWE, my friend, is any act or threat of violence that makes a woman uncomfortable, causes her any harm or suffering, psychologically, physically, or sexually. Now, this can be in public or in private, and anything that interrupts her from expressing her full political rights, such as holding office, voting in secret, freedom to associate and assemble, to campaign, or to express any opinions. You seem like a very sharp young man. How would you like to be an ally in the fight against VAWE?
Ally.
Yes, an ally is an individual who is not affected by the matter, but is willing to help in the fight.
Are you sure I'm the right person for this? You just heard what my aunt said.
You see, my friend, you are willing, and that is enough. Look, why don't you take my card? We can arrange a meeting on Monday, and I can introduce you to some like-minded individuals. Us as the male allies can help our mothers and our sisters in the fight against VAWE.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to meet you. I shall continue with my day.
Sharp, sharp.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. All right.
Oh, Auntie, let me also get going. I need to sleep on this information and call Sam on Monday.
Wow, would you look at that? Since we are one step, or rather one person closer to winning this fight. My name, am I now looking nice? Thank you.
Yeah, you look beautiful.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks. Bye-bye.